Hey guys, back with another Maplestory video here. This time in this video, I'm going to be doing the top 3 things that I've learned over time um, that has helped me really take my DPS to the next level. A lot of people think that I'm really good at playing the class, playing the game in general, and I think these 3 things really helped me take my gameplay to the next level no matter what class I play. So a lot of people think that I was really good when I first started playing out, and that just wasn't the case. I've kind of gone back and forth, quit, came back, changed class, re-rolled, and I really learned a lot from the people around me. Guildies, some of the best players in the server, even in Asia. When I was playing Demon Slayer, I was able to talk and learn from a lot of some of the best Demon Slayers, Rubido, Revan, Johnny, all those people, and my guildies as well, some of the best players in NA Scania, the best of their class. They've really helped me a lot. So I don't want to say that this is, all about me, but this is just, I learned from a lot of great people, and then the community was really helpful. And I really appreciate everyone that's kind of helped me, you know, become the player that I am and do the DPS that I do because um, the game is very competitive, and people in the gaming world, don't they're competitive, right? They don't always want to share secrets, tips, and tricks. So I really appreciate the people, the community, that people that came before me that still are playing, quit, retired, whatever it is, that have kind of paved the way for me and taught me a lot. And so I just want to share this info with you guys. So the first thing that I do that's really helped me the most is I focus on what I can control, right? I don't focus too much on threat and RNG. I don't focus too much on lasers and Lotus, getting portaled in Arc, snaked in Arc, hard Magnus, Orb RNG, things like that. I try, I complain about it. I talk about it. I understand that it's part of the game. But when it comes to improving my gameplay, and improving my DPS, I'm more focused on what I can control. So, for example, Defense Smash 4, the special node that helps, you know, has a huge play in Arc and Lotus. It's a must have to maximize your DPS. This is going to help, improve, reduce, ignore defense. It's going to ignore the boss's defense, increase your cap, increase the percent damage that you're going to do, and overall just increase your damage, right? It's up 15 seconds on 30-second cooldown. If you do endgame bossing, you know what this skill is. So what I do with it is, or you see the top tier players do, is they pair their big cooldowns, like Shade Split, for example. Or you think about a Demon Slayer Snake, or for Paladin, our Righteous Hammers, we try to pair them so that we maximize our big cooldowns and pair them with our defense Smash 4. So a prime example is in Culvert, right? If you ever notice V skills, things like my Righteous Hammers, again, Demon Slayer's big snake skill. These do ones in stage 6 of Covert if your defense Smash 4 is up. If you didn't know this, that's obviously something you can improve on immediately. But if you did know this, right? So for my hammers, it's a 45 second, it's out for 45 seconds. So when I see my defense Smash 4 proc, I immediately proc my hammers so that I get full value, right? I'm going to get 15 seconds on, 15 seconds off, but then 15 seconds on again of defense Smash 4 paired with my hammers. So that's 30 seconds maximizing my big burst skill of defense Smash 4. So instead of doing ones, I'm going to be doing a ton of burst, maximizing my score in Covert. And this applies a lot of the times for Lotus, for Arc, with each and every class. And so this is really something, this is why I have my buff bars open to see when my defense Smash 4 procs, so that I can maximize, min-max my damage and pair these big skills to with other big cooldowns to help min-max my damage. So the second thing that I really tried to prioritize um, over time as I got more experience was just surviving. Now I think that sounds simple in theory, right? But you see a lot of the times in these Lotus runs how close the damage charts really are from, first, second, third podium to first page to second page. It's very close over a long fight. And really the biggest difference a lot of the times is who dies the least, right? Who has the most uptime, who is, not waiting that res timer. And throughout a 9-minute fight, 10-minute fight, those deaths where you're waiting to get rezzed or whatnot, that adds up, right? And so, for example, a simple thing is what I talked about in my Mulong video in the previous video, right? Instead of trying to squeeze in that last attack, right, that last global, you stop a little early, so you make sure that you dodge the boss's mechanic so that you survive, right? You continue and you clear the floor, you clear the boss and move on, right? Versus trying to get in every last DPS that you think is, it makes sense, right? You're trying to squeeze in every last attack, but then if you die, you fail the floor, right? You fail. Now we're in a boss fight, right? You're sitting in res timer for 5-10 seconds, and that's wasted DPS. That's not better than trying to squeeze in that one attack every single time, right? So I think understanding that, yes, trying to squeeze in that one attack last minute is nice in theory, but it's high risk. And a lot of times, it's not worth the benefit of getting in that one last attack, because if you die, you're not getting in 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 attacks, possibly even more. So just keep that in mind. I think once you understand that just sometimes surviving is the best DPS. Just standing on top of the boss uptime is the best, is what separates, a good and a great DPSer, a great player. And the third thing, probably the most important thing that is really taking my gameplay to the next level, maximize my DPS, is understanding boss mechanics, right? A lot of people started following me because of my Hard Magnus gameplay, right? How impressive it was that I dealt with Hard Magnus mechanics so easily and fluidly. And that's just through experience, a failure, and kind of just knowing what to expect from the boss, right? And it's just amazing. Like, anyone's that experience that's done Hard Magnus, or again, any boss, the first run is always the most tentative, right? You're not sure about what to expect, and you don't know what's coming next, and stop attacking to make sure that you live, right? I talked about point 2, living is very important, probably the most important thing, obviously. But then combining that with understanding boss mechanics, you've been there, everyone's been there, where the first run is the worst run, but then the second run, the third run, just through experience and understanding, you can squeeze out boss damage here, you can get another attack in there, then your DPS just magically goes up, right? You have more confidence, you're dying less, and overall that's because you've had experience and you understand boss mechanics. So again, it's a combination of these three things that really took my gameplay to the next level. You can see this in my Hard Magnus runs, in Covert, my new favorite thing, Mulong, and Lotus. Every run is really predicated about these three things. And this run for me, in my Lotus run, was one of my worst because I die a lot. You're going to see in these last 2 minutes, I died twice when I have my Divine Echo up for 20 seconds. And that really cost me about 20 bill damage, 25 bill, 30 bill damage. And that's the difference between 330, 33 bill DPM versus 36. And that's really kind of what it comes down to. And because I didn't pay attention to boss mechanics, that I died, all of these factors is really what ultimately made the difference between me having a decent damage output versus having a PR output, or just doing my above average output. So you see right here, I die, and just look, it's 120, it's 15, 67. This is almost going to be 10 seconds maybe of not doing any damage. And I'm going to die here again in a little bit, in the next 15 seconds with my echo up, and just miss out on even more DPS. So these three things hopefully helped you in some way do more damage, improve your gameplay. This is what's really helped me over the course of my playing days, career. And it's a terrible mistake. Just frustrates me watching that back, because this is a long res timer and a lot of wasted DPS. But that's part of the process, right? Focusing on what I can control, right? Focusing that I could have dodged that better, I could have survived, and I could have stopped attacking, dashed out of it and just done my DPS, and that would have saved me, I would have done much more damage. So just comment below Let me know what you kind of videos you want to see next. I'm really excited for um, Explorer Remaster. I can't wait, less than 2 weeks away. I'm really obsessed with Mulong right now, so you might see more of that content. But just let me know what you want to see more of, if I can help you guys in any way with your gameplay, improving your damage, just doing more damage, having more fun, things like that. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.